Now I woke up at 7 a.m. and I'm going to be casting Dota until about 7 p.m. tonight. Can't wait.
You didn't say you were sick before. What's the sickness?
I just have a little bit of a cold, that's all. I'm in the nasal congestion and leaking stage.
Oh, does that mean it's early stage or you're in the midst of
I'm like 2 or 3 days in. I left the house for some reason like 4 days ago and I happened to get sick. Normally I don't leave the house, but it got me, dude.
Gotta learn your lesson, man. Yeah, you gotta
should have washed my hands before I ate. That was my mistake.
Stick to the code of conduct of all gamers. Just don't leave the house. If you need groceries, have somebody else do it.
That was like the first time I left the house in like 6 days or something like that. It was a mistake. It really was.
That's rough, man. That's rough. How long do your colds usually last?
Once in a while they drag on for a little bit too long, but less than a week, something like that.
That's not too bad then. That's great to hear. Thanks, Purge, for the update on your life. Anyway, this is a best of 3 like I talked about. The way the point system works for the group stage is each game or each win is considered 1 point. If it's a 2-0, though, you get 3 points. So there's potential for 0, 1, 2, and 3 points. But aside from that, the group stage isn't anything special because nobody gets knocked out. That's the cool thing about it. It's basically just ranking for the playoffs as far as upper bracket, lower bracket are concerned. Okay, let's go over the heroes. Techies. Let's see that picked, Purge. Okay.
Yeah. It's so bad. Techies is.
I actually don't even enjoy it. Only the suicide build's fun, right? The normal build just sucks.
I don't know, man. The only thing Techies is really good at is delaying the game. Like I played a game against Stasis Traps the other day. It was awful. Like Techies was horrible until the moment where I started getting stunned repeatedly for 3.5 seconds. But before that, it was like Techies is awful. He's accomplishing very little other than like AoEing with.
Is that like a Yule's stasis trap? Is that how you do it?
No. It's basically he puts the mines down and I walk into them like an idiot.
Oh, okay. That's the second strategy I didn't mention. All right, I gotcha. Lena's gonna be the first pick for EG. That in all likelihood will be the Sumail mid, but you never know. Could be a
Plays a great Lena. Lena in the safe lane, or in the mid lane, sorry, is just really good against a lot of matchups. And I think when you're playing Captain's Draft, you have to grab any top tier mid hero that you can, because the chances that it matches up well against almost every other thing that your opponents pick is very high. So
I think of Viper then. Viper's available for mid.
Viper's okay. A little susceptible to ganks, both sides are, but I would say Lena's a little better than Viper. Viper obviously can trade the damage back. His corrosive skin is going to reduce the damage she does, but she outputs way more damage safely from range.
Mama's Boys can actually wait on the mid because there's also Zeus, so they have a little bit of they have some options available to them. Also, Gyro is available. That's a top tier pick for carry. Expect one of those teams to pick it up for sure.
Could see Clinks as well, by the way. EG's been drafting Clinks. They were drafted in China when they were playing there, so could see a Clinks. It looks like Mama's Boy's going to go for a ranged hero draft, so I'm going to guess Viper maybe here. Well, I guess I don't have to pick the Viper now. They should prioritize the support. The supports are really weak. There's not a lot of supports, so Veno, Mirana, they're going to go for their offlane with Phoenix, though. But I was going to say CM, Caudle, Veno, Mirana are their support options, basically. There's not a lot.
Look at the offlanes. There's, Magnus, Bristleback, maybe Doom. Clockwork actually is probably the best bet overall for offlane.
So I guess pick for EG right now too, because of the draw ranger. Getting in melee range is going to be really good. Really good.
Yeah, they definitely need some catch, and going to be a universe Clockwork in all likelihood. Of course, we have seen support Clockwork in the past. It's absolutely awful, but you never know in Captain's Draft. And
the only time it's good is if you pair it with like a Darkseer and you're pressuring like a tanky melee parry. That's like the only time that support Clockwork's good in my opinion.
So EG now has 2 heroes that can close the gap with Drow Ranger. And I don't know, that's really damn good. And Weaver's pretty good against Phoenix as well because of the Geminate attack.
That's a really good point. Drow Ranger can silence Weaver, and that's really scary for them. And they also have a Tiny who's very good against both Weaver and Lena with the burst damage. So if Tiny has a good game, I could definitely see Mama's Boys taking this. But right now, EG has some pretty good picks to deal with what Mama's Boys have.
And the interesting thing here is that EG took their cores, first 3. Oh, we're assuming Lena's mid. So it's assuming that 3 cores right off the bat, so now they need the supports. And CM is available.
Good CM game. They go for the Zeus. This could be a couple things.
Zeus too.
could be mid Zeus, it could be a support Zeus, it could be a core Zeus like farm in the safe lane. All those are options, I think. I do really like the CM idea. CM is going to help out Weaver a lot. Weaver has really low int and mana in the early game. Zeus as well. Clockwork can spam more spells. Lena can also use that. I think CM is just a straightforward support pick for EG. The only problem is that she's very weak to Tiny. Like, Tiny's going to blow her up. Phoenix can absolutely wreck a CM. Drow Ranger can kind of shred her from range.
Whoa!
Okay, so support Lena, support Zeus, I guess.
Could be a jungling lifestealer with Zeus mid. As Doom is the last pick for Mama's Boys. I mean, EG could just pull the Kuroki lifestealer, right? You just jungle and get Radiance.
They absolutely can. So Fear is playing lifesteal, so he's going to be jungling lifesteal and going for the cheesy ancient strat.
Hell yeah.
The disables on Mama's Boys are pretty darn weak, but they're going to have really good right click with the Drow Ranger aura, although it only applies to 2 of their 5 heroes. So Drow ended up being kind of a crappy pick as we look at the end of the draft.
That's a good point. That's actually I was more shocked than anything that it was first picked. Like, pretty sure that's not going to get picked most games with all these other heroes. I mean, Gyro was left untouched, and Viper. I thought those 2 would go in the first phase at the very least, but not at all, apparently. Well, Lifestealer has a vehicle in Clockwork if he needs to infest bomb something. Now, did you watch the Kuroki game where he played Lifestealer?
I think I saw the VOD, and it was pretty disgusting. Yeah.
Did he actually go Radiance? I can't actually remember that.
I think he did. Yeah, I think he went movement speed first. He went like phase or something. He went like a fast drum, I believe, and then Radiance after is usually the build that way you get the Radiance burn. But this just farms so fast, man.
I've been playing it a lot actually, and it's insane. This is the exact build. I mean, it's pretty much standard. But Iron Talon with Tangos, you don't have to leave the jungle. There's a nice little trick with Open Wounds, where once you're low after the first couple camps, you apply Open Wounds to the big creep, and then you Iron Talon it, and you get a ton of HP back. It's ridiculous.
The damage you deal is going to be... Yeah, because that's the way Open Wounds works. It's very different than a lot of other lifesteals. It's all damage that you deal. It's not just your right click force, for example. So it's actually quite synergistic with like Zeus and Lena. If you Open Wounds a core and they throw their nukes out, they're going to actually heal quite a bit from it.
Yeah, it's actually, like you said, it's a forgotten mechanic in a lot of ways. It's not something many people focus on, but it's pretty cool, especially in the jungle. So expect to see that in the near future for Fear, as he's going to take out some of these trees, I guess.
Setting up for the pull, basically. Okay. It's really nice to do this. That way it's easier to pull to the left camp or pull to the right camp, depending on which one you want.
Now, do you know if Kuroki went Midas or not? I think you kind of need Midas to accelerate the farm.
I disagree. You don't have to. It depends what It depends what ancient you get. If you get like the Black Dragon, you can just clear creep waves by yourself, and you still get experience in it.
So you actually do that at level 6.
Yeah, ideally, rush 6 as fast as possible, and then you go for doing that.
I can see that. I guess it is somewhat dependent on what you get in the ancients, and of course, Mama's Boys should know this is coming, so they can eventually start warding up those camps to prevent them from spawning. But Lifestealer is hilarious because you can literally just sit in the jungle for 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, and you're halfway to your Radiance with a Midas if you want to go that route as well. Pretty ridiculous farm.
Then you're not contributing to your team at all, and sometimes that can be a bad thing.
You can base it on how the laning stage is going. It's bottom lane. We're going to see LSA connect onto the Phoenix. He's just going to Icarus dive away. I mean, let's say your lanes are winning, you just stay in the jungle, right? I mean, that's just an extra body. You're getting way more experience and gold as a result. It's much more efficient overall.
But if your lanes are losing, that's not a really good place to be in. That's the scary part here. Well, it's going to come down to mid a lot. I think if Tiny can do a really good job, then it can mean a big advantage for EG here.
We didn't technically mention this. We did it before the cast actually started, but Weehaw is standing in for Mama's Boys. They've made some changes to the roster. And of course, this is technically allowed because Secret is not in Captain's drafts, so...
Are there any justified rumors that Weehaw's leaving Secret or anything like that, or is this just a full...
Well, I don't know if there's justified enough. I mean, obviously they can't change the roster, right?
This is the second time that Weehaw's played stand-in for Mama's Boys, correct?
Yeah, that is correct.
I feel like it would be surprising for him to go to a team like Mama's Boys, though, because he had some really good success on Secrets. Really, I don't think he's actually swapping.
I mean, if that were to happen, then in all likelihood, of course, I know nothing about the situation, but in all likelihood, he would have to be kicked. But of course, that can't happen until after Shanghai.
That's a good point.
So either way, no news on that, and won't be for the next month. Maybe right after. I mean, it depends on their placing as well. It's like Fear's going to open wounds to Phoenix, and This may not seem like a big deal, but he just used like half of his mana on that, so he can't use it on the creep. His mid lane, Weehaw, getting forced out against Sumail.
Yeah, but with that said, it also costs... It's a 35-second cooldown for Icarus Dive. And it costs him 14 or 15% of his mana, like, or HP. That's huge for Phoenix.
He's still level 1, too.
Tango. Yeah, like, it sucks to play Phoenix in the offlane for this reason. The hero gets zoned very easily.
And when you compare his levels to Universe in the top lane, who's 3.5 right now, definitely going the way of EG in that department. As far as CS is concerned, mid lane, Weehaw, 11-2. And Sumail, where the hell is he? 9-1. Okay, not too far off then. Neither of which are really farming that well, honestly.
Yeah, kind of interesting to see him go back so early, but you know, when Zeus is completely missing his mana pool, it hurts him so much to be that far behind. It's a sentry down and just spot out Weehaw, but big loss here.
A little toss back to the Chris as well, but unfortunately nobody there to really initiate on top of that, as we're going to have a TP in. He's going to fill up his bottle. Do you think that should be changed? I think we've talked about this before. At least I've talked about it with Synderen. The bottle crowing.
It's not as bad as it used to be. The health restore, it got nerfed on bottles, so it's not quite as bad. I don't think it's a super... It doesn't bother me as much as it used to, personally.
Yeah, I agree. It used to bother me more when... literally anybody could play mid and get away with it because of bottle crowing.
Yeah, the bottle used to do like, what, 130 HP or something like that, now it does 90. It's a huge nerf to bottle.
Bottom lane again, LSA will connect yet again. Arrow will pop though onto PPD, and this looks to be, in all likelihood, first blood going the way of Mama's boys, as Phoenix get the hell out of there, but the last right click of Arteezy will get the kill. So it'll be a trade, a 1-for-1.
Very good for Mama's boys, though. It's hard to expect those arrows sometimes, and when it's 5 seconds, man, you just get stunned for so long. How can you deal with that?
I mean, if arrows are hit, then this is the most overpowered roaming hero in the game by far. But of course, it's...
Pretty sure what I just said was the most deserving moment for me to get thanks Purge spammed in chat. So
thanks,
I'm gonna fully accept that one.
Mid lane, haste pop by Weehaw, goes for the combo, but Sumail lives through it. PD is here for support. More moral support than anything, as they're going to counter ward. Yeah,
he actually bolted on Weehaw, and because of that, they saw the observer ward there. It's a really good place for knobs.
And Saksa takes an LSA. Weehaw wants some more. He's going really deep, pops the wand to survive. Combo will connect, and PPD dies yet again as health salve is used onto Weehaw. Fear's going to cancel that with a right click and open wounds. He gets tossed back to the tier 1 mid. And Weehaw's just gonna TP out. Wow, it's very cheeky play.
You just can't do anything. You're just in here slowly slapping creeps. Yeah, this is my life now.
I mean, like you said though, that's the downside of Lifesteal Jungle early game. Not the most. Yeah. I mean, open wounds is okay, but you have to be super up close now for that to go off.
Yeah, he hasn't popped boots yet. He's got a bit of a weird build now. Normally I was like, okay, he's rushing Vlad's, that makes sense. You get on the big creep so that the creep gives out that armor aura, but you do still need boots. Your base movement speed, I believe, is what applies to the neutral. Yes. So maybe he's going for a super Vlad's rush, but surely it's worth it to get at least a brown boots. It would slightly increase his farm by a very, very marginal amount, but...
You know, an interesting mechanic, because you were just mentioning that base movement speed is applied to the creeps, but... And I don't know if they've or not, or if he was in even a bug at all, but if you popped phase shift as bottom lane, holy crap, Phoenix getting super low. If you pop phase on to phase boots and then jump into a creep, that movement speed stays. And again, I don't know if that's been fixed or not, or
on which hero?
Bug. On Lifestealer. So you pop phase, that movement speed that you have at that current point in time is applied to the creeps.
Yeah, they would definitely need to change that. That sounds pretty good. Oh, Arrow almost insane. Oh, it's Sumail instead. He's gonna forget the DD now.
Yeah, indeed. He gets gusted up, does PPD, taking some slow action. Sumail does too much damage. There's no way they want to initiate into that.
Yeah, that was a little too scary. I think if there wasn't a DD, they would have gone for that. I actually do like that Pycat's max out as Frost Arrows. I think it's something most Drows just don't do. And I think it's a big mistake because there's a lot of cases where keeping your opponent in one place is going to guarantee you a kill. And he's probably done it due to being against a Clockwork. If he doesn't have slow, Clockwork can easily run him down. But with the high levels of the Frost Arrows, he can actually...
Weehaw! Oh my goodness! Great toss into a Doom, which we forgot to even mention, has been jungling this entire time. And yeah, he's a little bit more useful than a Lifestealer. PPD is going to connect on the LSA, but the Avalanche will connect as well. In turn, the PPD will die. Yapstor, in the meantime, this could be great levels for Fear and farm as well, as he's surrounded by 3 members of EG, so it's a 2-for-1 at the end.
Oh, cool build. He actually wasn't making a Bloods, he was making Tranquil Boots, because Tranquil Boots are faster by far.
Yeah.
This is how he's abusing it, like what we were just talking about. He gets the fastest boots, that's the cheapest. Obviously, he's not going to afford boots of travel. And with the tranquil boot, he bought himself a flying courier. Is that on purpose? Oh, because the courier died, okay.
Yeah, the courier died in the jungle, actually. It was kind of comical to watch. But
at 7 minutes, that's I don't know, man, that's pretty bad. So he's going to get, they did stack Ancients, he gets his choice, he's probably going to take the Granicle in here.
Oh, that's... That one and the dragon one are the ones you want, right? Like the Triceratops.
He does go for the granite.
The Triceratops is considered the worst, right? I mean, that's pretty...
its survivability is way worse, it only has 2 armor, but it can give an ally an attack speed bonus, and it has an AoE ability, and it gives
mini Bloodlust, right?
Yes, it's actually not even more than 75 attack speed. It's a ridiculous Bloodlust.
Oh wow,
it's 100% uptime actually. Very good.
Hookshot bottom lane, Phoenix does not have Icarus dive. That's gonna be an easy kill once the hook shot connected. And Arteezy now has Perseverance, so obviously going towards that Lincoln Sphere.
That's a huge kill, and that kind of comes down to PPD zoning the Phoenix. If Phoenix was 6 there, they may not have been able to get that kill.
Weehaw right now in the Radiant Jungle has an Arcane Rune bottled. He has 1,700 gold, so definitely rushing that Blink Dagger. Really wants to find Arteezy, but the Zeus ult will scout him out. Nicely done by Sumail, and Weehaw's just forced out. Haven't seen much from Mirana after that one arrow, but that's the beauty of the hero. She can just find easy farm, easy levels.
I mean, he's also level 5 already. That's pretty impressive. I don't have any idea why he went for 2 points in Leap. I think that was a pretty big mistake. I guess you double the movement speed bonus, but I just don't see that justifying the levels this early in the game. Maybe it was a misclick or something. Yeah, he's highly leveled. For a roaming support, he's doing a good job in that way.
Well, Universe.
Fuck wants to get this.
Yeah, he really wants it, but Hookshot... Oh, actually, it is on. Or it is off cooldown.
He was on cooldown as he shot her and got her really low. So I like his positioning here. He stood right by the tree. That way, if she ran back to base, he would have been able to catch her as she escaped. But that way, he didn't also have to show that he was there.
Bottom lane, Arteezy, the newly 8k MMR. Congratulations, good sir. Is going to find Phoenix, who has Icarus dive and ult. So could potentially get away. Gets a couple Fire Spirits off. Pycat's here for moral support as well. Arteezy's just going to run away.
It's smart that he backed off rather than going for that. Like, that guy was going to press his ultimate button before Arteezy got the kill, and then Arteezy's in a dangerous spot. So he just backs off, gets him low, force him into a scariest position, and go back to farming.
All right, let's look at the farm here, man. Lifestealer, 3,200 net worth. Close to that is Doom in the jungle, so overall, pretty even. But the difference is Doom's going to have a mech pretty damn soon. And with the Blink Dagger of Tiny, it means they can just gank a lot more and be a little bit more aggressive overall, as opposed to Fear. I mean, he gets in a creep. He's not going to be that useful in the creep. He gets more something like a Radiance.
I mean, kind of.
Unless the dragon is there.
Yeah, the dragon, what's he really wanted, because this allows him to farm really hard and split push. You'll see him just nuke this wave here. Group up, creeps a little bit, put some fire down. Ooh, okay, it's still hitting him. It's all good for him. Just does so much damage. On a 10
bottom lane, meantime, Arteezy forced out yet again. Okay, so speaking of nerfs, do you think this...
Oh, here comes the blink. Oh, he misses.
Arteezy's going to dodge the avalanche. He's going to do some right clicks to Weehaw, but here comes Universe, and Weehaw is in a ton of trouble. Moonlight Shadow, in all likelihood, will be too late. Hookshot ensures the kill for EG.
Really nice little gank there. Arteezy barely stays alive. If that's Tiny getting a kill, then you're going to start seeing games like what happened earlier today with no one going insane on Tiny. But if those first kills don't come through, it puts them in a really bad position.
Oh, Gust will actually miss. I don't think they had really any kill opportunity here for against Arteezy. All right, quick balance update. If you were Ice Frog, does Black Dragon need to be nerfed?
Yes, they need to nerf the Fireball ability. The cooldown is too low. It's basically permanent uptime. And you can cast up to 5 times on your hero. And because he's got a Ring of Basilius, he's also slowly increasing his mana. So that's why it's important to have the Basilius, not just for the armor, giving your team bonus 5 armor, but
I have a minor nerf. I don't know how big of a difference it makes. I'm interested in your opinion. If the Drake gets no mana regen, passively.
It's a stupid way to nerf the hero, in my opinion. You'd either have to reduce his total mana, or...
Well, you can do both, though. Like, because he's in it for so long that he's going to get an extra 1 or 2 casts as well. So it's not just 5, right?
I just think that's absolutely not the right way to nerf it. Like, just nerf the cooldown, increase it by like twice or something. Like, he can cast
how
this...
about How about Lifestealer not being able to jump in an Ancient at level 6? It would have to be 11.
I think that's fair. It's the best way to nerf it, in my opinion.
Alright. Arteezy with double damage bottom lane. Dive. Yet my god, he's going to have to force Supernova. That is unfortunate, but he'll live. 105 seconds on cooldown now.
And the split push continues.
This is so dumb.
Yeah, he literally, they can't deal with him yet because their right-click damage isn't high enough yet. You know who should be going after him is probably Drow. Drow could definitely, she definitely has enough physical damage to be able to kill the Ancient. She can't slow it, that's the next issue. It's like, you can right-click it, but...
Zeus ult again, used for scouting purposes.
I like how he's doing this though. Like, they looked at the Mama's Boy lineup and they said the only way we lose this game is if Tiny goes crazy and gets a lot of kills, so they constantly ulti to look where enemy heroes are, to see where the ganks are coming, see if they're taking Roche. It's giving them tactical advantage. They feel like they can definitely outplay this lineup if they just don't get ganked or smoked on.
And it's kind of funny, on paper, if you look at EG's lineup, you don't really think, hey, we can push towers, but with that lifesteal, they can do anything. Weehaw, in the meantime, taking some burst damage from the Zeus, gets a toss on the universe, but the hookshot will be there, and Weehaw down again. Not what you want to see from a Tiny. In fact, we've seen Tiny all 3 games, now that I think about it today.
Yeah. It's not working out this game, surprisingly. Zeus is pretty farmed already, Aether Lens as well as the Soul Ring, so he's going to be able to transition his items nicely.
Yeah, that's nice. Good old Aether Lens. Good item.
Very good on Zeus. You really need that extra cast range. Like, he's already very squishy, so if you have to come within silence range of a Drow Ranger, for example, the Aether Lens allows you to do damage without putting yourself in danger.
Well, Phoenix Egg will be up in another 15 seconds, so they could potentially fight, but Male is super strong right now. And the fact that Weaver, Arteezy's Weaver right now, is top net worth is not a good sign for Mama's Blaze. Like, regardless of everything else that's going on, Weaver is not a hero that should be top net worth at 14 minutes.
I mean, he's clearly going to have to farm Lincolns first before he feels comfortable fighting.
Right.
Oh, arrow almost hitting him. Very close. If they didn't have a lane ward, yeah, that's very smart of them. They put a sentry down. It's very clear that he juked to see the arrow coming. That would have hit him if they didn't have a ward there. So really nice D-ward there by Boys.
And another D-ward by PPD. What a pro D-warder.
He only got a sentry though, so this wasn't worth it. Tiny's been missing a while. Throw the ulti down.
It's a quest, man. You got to D-ward as many wards as possible.
They just found an enemy observer ward as well because the enemy heroes happen to be in this area. Oof, so that observer ward was going to be cleared, and that's going to really hurt the vision of Mama's Boy.
Another thing that people don't talk about that much is potential with Zeus, just finding wards. I mean, it's in a lot of ways, it's like Slark, except more useful because Zeus himself can actually kill the wards as well.
Yeah, I mean, it might be that, but in reality, what I actually might be is maybe Sumail is trying to get placed into a higher MMR bracket, and he's trying to increase his overall hero damage. Because now he's jealous that Arteezy's AK and he's not. So now he's just casting his ultimate whenever it's off cooldown.
LOL, LOL, LOL. Universe has hookshot available with the newly purchased Blade Mail. Could initiate if he wants to. Pycat. Definitely scout it out. Oh, they're going to find him. Yapzor with the Doom available. He's going to get cogged in. Arrow will completely miss. Can he even get Doom off with the battery assault? Don't think it's going to matter. Weeha's there with the burst damage, and LSA will connect on Yapzor into the Laguna Blade, but the mech just in time keeps him alive, and PPD on the run. Here comes the Phoenix into the Supernova. Right clicks from Pycat will suffice in the kill. That is 2 dead. Arrow will hit the backside of Sumail. Weehaw, definitely enough damage to go around. That is 3 huge kills for Mama's Boys.
Yeah, man, that arrow was beautiful. The first 2 kills were great, but the 3rd kill was amazing. That gives him a huge advantage. I would say that's mostly PPD's mistake. He really felt like he could get that kill there, but it just wasn't enough damage, you know? It's a level 1 Laguna Blade and a little bit overly... overconfident for PPD to get that kill, and he puts himself out of position, and it also led to a Zeus death. So
how did they scout the clockwork? Did he rocket flare out?
I did not catch that part. Yeah, I'm not sure.
According
maybe
to
an arrow
Pep,
or
he
something.
did. Okay, so that might have been a big mistake from Universe actually, because they found him pretty easily and bursting him down as a result.
Yeah.
Roshan is going to be attempted from Mama's Boys. Yapzor still has Doom, by the way, and Mech is online in another 5 seconds, so it'll be tough for EG.
He also has the Cloak Aura, a little bit of an interesting choice because it only gives him 5% magic resistance, but comes the fight.
He's going to block the hookshot. Yapzor, don't think he can get Doom off, so in fact, he's going to die before casting it. Phoenix extremely low, does not have Supernova. Remember, he just used it. And this Roshan might go in the way of EG, in fact. Yeah, Pycat getting destroyed to the right clicks of Arteezy. Weehaw, in the meantime, does take out the Zeus. So on the run, but Arteezy, again, the right clicks will do way too much damage. Arrow, not going to be able to connect this time. Roshan very low. about 10% HP left on him.
This is
and
so scary.
Arteezy with the swarm. I think they can get this. We'll see though. Pycat, did he buy back?
Oh, they killed
Fear.
Fear.
Pycat bought back. We have another buyback on Mirana. Laguna Blade onto Pycat. This could be a dieback with the Blade Mail and a Battery Assault. Is enough to take him out. Weehaw
the Roche
gets the big toss. Weaver takes the Aegis. And EG gets the kill on Roshan as well. That is huge for them. As Weehaw gets off an avalanche on Arteezy. Arteezy Shikuchiing away. Better be careful, man. He's going for it. He's going deep. He's gonna get tossed and he's gonna die with the Aegis. Kind of a waste, but Universe gets doomed. Of course, Doom back into the fray.
What an
and that's
arrow.
Gonna be kill on Universe. Arteezy, was he arrowed? Indeed he was. They're gonna get some right clicks off. And the avalanche toss combination. My god, Mama's boy somehow salvaged this.
That was an intense fight, man. So close, but EG does get the Aegis, but that arrow was guaranteeing the Weaver from getting nothing after that. So really nice to plays by Soxa so far. His arrows have been absolutely amazing.
Alright, I'm looking forward to seeing the network graph on this bad boy. Sometimes, I think the longer the game goes, the slower it updates, but I think it's updated now. So you can see the swing.
No, I think the biggest thing in that team fight was actually that Fear ended up dying. He got one shot by the Tiny. His build is not very conducive for survivability. If he doesn't see the Tiny coming, he doesn't rage in time, he just dies. And he's almost got his Relic.
Yeah.
But he got killed so early there that his hero wasn't contributing as much as he normally does when he's abusing Ancients.
Universe misses the hook shot, and I think Phoenix will be able to get out as a result. Doxa hits another arrow, this time on Fear. Not going to be able to find a kill. Another ultimate from Sumail, just scouting things out. Moonlight Shadow. Doxa trying to position his way out of the jungle, my goodness. As here comes Weehaw. Fear pops the Rage.
He's so in trouble.
Weehaw has Force Staff. If he wants to go for an Ava-Toss combination, tosses him back to the teammates. And with the Infernal Blade, oh, Universe using his body for the betterment of his team as Fear jumps in and will live. Very heads-up play there. It's PPD, silenced up. Fear pops out, will run back to base.
What a scary fight for them. They might grab Weehaw though. They're right-clicking a bit. No Bolt hitting.
Yeah, Bolt does not connect. Arteezy arrowed up again. These arrows have been on freaking point this game. My god.
Been so good. They've been fighting in very good places for arrows as well, but his arrows have been great. It's everyone. A weird skill build too. He went 2-2-2 for his skill build.
Who's this?
Very bizarre. The Mirana. He was like 2-2-2 by level 7 or something.
Yeah, that's strange.
Very weird. Usually you see like 4-1-1 or something, but man, if you're gonna hate your arrows, I don't care if you level it up.
Oh, Ava-Toss combination yet again, this time on Arteezy, but he just time lapses out and he's good to go.
He can't die to that anymore unless he's a little bit lower.
And Universe has Hookshot available, Blade Mail's up as well. Arteezy's gonna cut the wave. Try to push it, but Universe is gonna think better of this and just back off. And Sumail using that Thunderbolt to its highest advantage, trying to counter ward, but there's no wards in sight. He has a point booster, by the way. I think he's going... What's that?
Pim said Fear has Radiance, but he doesn't. He actually bought the Radiance recipe when he thought he was going to die in the last fight, which I totally understand.
Okay.
I don't know if it would actually save him money. It actually wouldn't have, but...
Soksha leaps to his death. Okay. Interesting that he leapt that way. I guess he obviously can't see what we see.
Got an Ancient Dragon, so can probably accelerate into the Radiance. Once he gets this, their team fight is a lot better.
Yeah.
A lot of those heroes can't deal with the Radiance burn roll, especially Tiny. If he just follows Tiny around in a team fight, and he's in like a Ancient Granite Golem or something, Tiny just doesn't get to blink for the rest of the fight. It's that straightforward.
And that's obviously, the Ancient Granite Golem is what you want once you have that Radiance up and running. Pycat in the meantime takes a Swarm, but Arteezy not looking to get too aggressive yet. Lincoln Sphere is complete and has casual Ogre Club, so is that going to be a BKB on top of the Lincolns? BKB's not really... It's okay against Tiny, but... and Phoenix to some degree.
Might be for the silence, I guess. Maybe it just feels like they have so many good anti-Weaver abilities that that's the only way for him to play this game. The BKB is also kind of nice because it could help him guarantee the kill on...
It's a Dragon Lance, bro! I swear.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right.
No, I don't think that's actually the case, but...
It's definitely very possible. Weaver's attack range is a bit low.
I like it. I mean, the beauty of that item is that it's disassemblable, otherwise it would be complete garbage.
Yeah, definitely. And with that item, I mean, he could even make something like Ags if he really wants to. I doubt he will, but
What do you think of Ags on him? It's so awkward.
I think it's okay, honestly. I don't think it's an item you should always buy. If your carry potential is a bit weak, it's a bad choice. But if you're really ahead, Ags can be amazing. It lowers the cooldown 20 seconds. You can use it on your allies. Like, imagine somebody getting doomed. He could time-lapse somebody that got doomed.
Yeah, that's true. Well, another Thunder God's Wrath used for scouting, if nothing else. And Moonlight Shadow used as a counter.
Oh, Radiance
is Radiance done? All right. Here comes the Radiant Ancient Black Goofy Dragon. Tier 1 tower's going to take a beating. It will go down. And yeah, Lifestealer is so dumb. This is where things get really stupid.
Yeah, basically. He'll be able to split push amazingly. He doesn't have to worry about getting punished. I kind of like what Pycat's doing here. It looks like he's building an SNY. Might be a Yasha into BKB. Probably smarter that way. But if he gets SNY, he can actually kind of kill these Ancients a little bit. I think you can SNY proc them. And if he gets more movement speed, he can catch up to those things and potentially just abuse Fear that way.
Are you sure MAME works?
Nope.
Because
sure.
This could be the fake patch notes.
You should be able to. You can MAME through BKB, so it should be the same for Ancients.
Well, I thought that was changed, but I could be horribly wrong as usual. So Arrow will connect on Sumail. Ancient Granite Dragon, Godforsaken. What? Phoenix gets silenced? No, he pops the ult. It's going to get taken out really easily, though, and that is a dead Phoenix right at the start of this fight. PPD, and the Ancient Dragon still doing work with that Radiance. In the meantime, it is a 1-for-1. PPD gets blown up thanks to the burst damage of Tiny. And Arteezy and company are forced back. And where's that dragon? Oh, he's still there. He's pretty healthy. He's good to go. Oh, here we have more initiation. Weehaw tossing Sumail, right-clicks his face down to the ground. Universe, in the meantime, gets the nice four-staff cogs, and that'll be the death of Weehaw. 2 for 2. Yapzor attempting to run away, or TP, I should say.
No.
Blocking Universe, though. My goodness.
Yeah, that was pathing error right there. He tried to right-click closer to him, but he needed to click behind where Fear was. That would have been within battery cell range. You can also maybe blame Fear a little bit for that. But I think if Universe had the time to analyze the situation, he would have been able to get close. That was definitely a pathing issue. They would have had that kill, if not.
Have you noticed, this doesn't turn into a tangent, but...
You just keep bringing up, like, random bizarre mechanics and asking my
No, it's not a mechanic. This is more... Have you noticed the pathing has gotten worse in the past, 4 or 5 months? Okay, so it's just my brain, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I believe that.
Okay, good.
So what happens
Fear jumps into another dragon.
So what happens when Arteezy uses the swarm on a neutral, but then you take the neutral over? He's still taking the damage. But so can you kill the swarm at that point?
I doubt it. You just gotta wait for the duration.
Well, he's almost got his Vlads. It'll be really nice. He's gonna be giving 8 armor to his allies with Vlads and the Dragon Aura.
Yeah. Man, this is so interesting. I mean, you brought this up earlier, but literally every ult, I think, from Sumail has been for scouting purposes.
Yeah, almost everyone.
Very cool. Like,
it was kind of working, but now their last team fights haven't been going very well. He's just getting bursted by the Tiny.
This was Vega, and he went the Shadowblade build as well. And this would counter it even harder. No, on Tiny. Remember the Shadowblade build? It would not have worked at all.
Yeah, it would, but he didn't go that.
Tier 2 bottom. Being pounded into by EG. They're going to trade their tier 1 for it, and I think they're fine with that.
Yeah, they might even go high ground, man. They can split push so fast.
Yeah, pretty dirty. Universe cogging off everybody.
Oh, that was really cool.
Gets Centaur stomped randomly. Wait, is this a... Oh, this is a drop creep. Okay.
They toss it on him and stun him.
Bottom lane, tier 3, already at half HP. And Weehaw just getting his blink canceled over and over and over. Super annoying to play against Zeus.
Universe did use his ulti, by the way, so they might try to fight here. They're going in.
Yeah, they're going to jump in. We have a toss. Phoenix has the egg available. Moonlight Shadow's going to be popped. There's the Doom on top of Sumail. No ult free, although it's on cooldown anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Universe and Sumail help take out the egg again. Very close to popping, though. Yapzor, in the meantime, they have vision. He pops his mech. Guess who's still in the freaking dragon, burning away at Doom? That's right, it is Fear in that black dragon. And down goes the Doom. That's a 2 for 1. PPD makes it an even trade, 2 for 2. Pycat attempting to TP out, but the right clicks are going to be way too much. He actually gets out. Oh, literally 1 HP? Okay.
I think that was really smart of Fear to jump out there, but they just didn't quite have enough damage. Fear's damage is actually quite good now with the Radiance, though.
Oh, Soxa.
Oh, it's a dead man.
Yeah. Got a little bit unlucky. Could have gone to the pit itself, but...
The BKB on Arteezy was great, though. Guaranteed the Phoenix kill. If the Phoenix didn't get killed there, I think Mama's Boy definitely could have won that fight. But I just want to point out how well Weehaw's doing. He's consistently staying alive and getting kills and being a nuisance to the heroes in the back line. If it wasn't for him killing Zeus, Zeus would be rampaging damage through this game. And
yeah, I mean, the force staff's a big part of that too, because his blink gets canceled so often that he needs that secondary mobility item. What does Fear go next? Does he go more move speed like S and Y, or you go for some more hardcore items like Assault or Basher?
You could S and Y for mobility. It's a nice way to transition his build, actually, in terms of carry potential. He may be okay for that.
Another Zeus ult, and Weeha's going to get a... Oh my, nice toss, but is it going to be enough to get away? Weeha with no force staff for 17 seconds. A little defensive gust, and it's going to be enough for Weeha to get away.
Toss is just so good against Lifestealer.
Yeah, that does not work on Blade Fury anymore, right? The Jug?
No, you can toss any Magic Immune unit.
You can still do that? Okay. Oh, that was... I think it was a bug that wasn't working. Along with the runes. We talked about this before, right?
Oh yeah, you can toss onto a rune.
Yeah. Very random.
So the Bloodstone's ready for Sumail. It's an item that he buys just because it increases mana to regen a lot, and it allows him to farm faster as a result. He never has to worry about wasting spells, because he gets so much mana. It also is good for HP, but you know, it's kind of late now. It's almost 30 minutes. He's going to have a Bloodstone and an Aether Lens.
Yeah.
I don't really know what a solution against a Tiny is, other than killing him first, but like Tiny's definitely ahead of farm.
When I saw him building the Soul Booster, I assumed it was going to be Octarine, because, yeah, you're right, the Bloodstone's a little bit late.
That early.
You can't build it that early?
No, Octarine first isn't very good, I don't think.
PPD, Avatost, and a couple more right clicks will be enough to get him. Down he goes to the grave. Oh, he has Aether Lens. Do you still consider that first item then?
Yeah, it's very good on Zeus.
No, you said first item, but technically Aether Lens. Is that not big enough to be considered first item?
I don't think it's weird for him to go for Aether Lens first, no. I mean, it's
not my question. I hate you so much.
Well, it still counts as a first item. Is that's what you're saying. Like, it counts as a first item, but it's like such a core. It's like 2,000 gold, you know? It's not that expensive. It's barely... Yeah, it's like saying, do you buy Sanjin Yasha first when you get a drum first, you know? It's like not that different.
Right, okay, fine. Fine, Purge. Thanks, Purge. Purge.
But the Aether Lens is just so good on Zeus to have that damage and...
Yeah, it's super good.
The range,
Pycat,
so good.
Bot lane attempting to TP out, you should be okay.
Pretty
sure Arteezy needs to buy a Basher, you know?
Yeah, or you know, the MKB either.
No, Basher's better, bro. Come on. Goes through BKB. Not me.
It's a decent MKB game. The mini bashes are good. Stops TPs. Their team is definitely lacking stuns. That's pretty clear. There's been a lot of TP outs by Mama's Boys this game.
Sumail's going to TP top with the help of PPD. Going to force back Mama's Boys. And they don't want to go any further. So looking at the item progression for Doom, he has obviously the Blink Vlads. I guess he goes Greaves. Does Greaves take off anything? Let's see. It takes off Open Wounds, I'm assuming.
I think Open Wounds, and that's about it.
Obviously it lowers the cooldown, so it's worth getting regardless. Another ult from the Zeus Master himself. Can we still call him Grandfather Mario? Is that still acceptable? Is the remodel not... Pycat. Yeah, you're gonna die unless there's a force staff in sight. Oh wait! How did Universe pop out of his hogs? Oh, he got gusted, okay. Either way, they find the kill.
There's the golem. Just slapping.
God, it's so annoying. It's so fun to play though, Purge. If you guys,
I haven't played it yet.
So fun. Like, you will screw your team over the first like 15 minutes that you're getting it, but maniacal laughter will ensue thereafter. So
I mean, you don't have to. The faster you hit 6, the better it is. The problem with that build in the past is that if Steelers would sit in the jungle, they'd get a Midas, and then they would keep farming until they had like an armlet and a phase. So it's like actually 20 minutes they wouldn't do anything. But now, as soon as you hit 6, you are creating space on the map. That's the cool part.
I wait for 20 minutes and then I get.
You're doing it wrong.
I won every game. 4K bracket, guys. Here we go. Weaver picks up the Aegis, and Mama's Boys is not going to contest it. Roshan is dead, in fact.
It does pick up the obvious Desolator. It's not too surprising. Obviously, it's not an MKB, it doesn't stop towers, but this hero just does so much physical damage, and he already has a little bit of minus armor, so comboing them together means that his hero is way better. So I think Drow's got to be really worried now.
Yeah,
like, I don't know if he can TP out fast enough
super survivable now, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep,
so lower armor massively, too.
And we didn't really mention this, but the fact that... Oh, Arteezy's going to initiate onto Yapzor. Pycat is here, though, and nothing will come of this. Lincoln's, obviously, it's pretty standard on Weavers in general, but against Doom, now that he doesn't have a second spell to actually get rid of it, it's pretty huge. Arteezy can pop BKB. Pycat's going to initiate on by Universe. Cogs are going to push him out of the way. They want to find Arteezy, still BKB pop. That 10 seconds lasts forever. Pycat pops his own. Will it be enough? Gets a nice gust off. Does not have a TP, in all likelihood will die. To right clicks of Arteezy. Down he goes. as here comes Weehaw. Pops the BKB of his own, blows up PPD, absolutely no problem. Time-lapse used by Arteezy, gonna get a little bit extra HP. Yapster in the meantime, looking for the Doom, but thinks better of it because he's gonna die regardless.
Yeah, I don't think they can interrupt this.
Yeah, we'll see. They really need Ags on Universe. He's only like 400 away, so that'll be quite nice for them.
Yeah, he's insanely farmed for Clockwork at this stage in the game. Been in a lot of fights, 14 kills, doing a great job.
And Phoenix is pretty close to getting Shivas, actually, which is quite nice. Obviously, the synergy with there is lower attack speed against the egg, which he's been having issues with actually getting off. But there is Weaver, so that's like an innate counter, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's really not that amazing of a Phoenix game to be made a big difference. That Hero's hit.
Oh, they're going for it. Arteezy getting blown up! Aegis is popped. Weehaw force-staffed out. Fear in no man's land with that beautiful radiance of his. Arteezy,
no.
Again, easy kill on the egg. A little closer than in the past, but...
That wasn't a Weaver they had that. That would have been a great egg otherwise.
And now Weaver up and running again, of course, with that Desto, so -7 armor to the tower. And they get that one down pretty low, so that's 2 tier 3 towers at half HP. Yapster really wants to get a Doom. We haven't seen the greatest of Dooms this game. Arteezy's going in really deep, pops the BKB, looking for Pycat. Easiest kill of his life. Meantime, Weehaw initiates into nails the Doom target. Looks like they're going to trade lives 1 for 1. Weehaw attempting to do more, but he's a 1v3. Make it 1v4. Force staffs nicely across the cliff. He's pretty quick. Has the Blink Dagger up and a TP available. Oh my god, he's going to be scouted out the last second with the Swarm, and down he goes to the Infest Bomb. Fear. Last second burst damage is more than enough. Oh.
That's slightly unlucky, slight bad planning on Weehaw there. He threw the bugs to try to catch him. He thought it was going to be tricky and wrap around and TP into the trees, but blinked right into the bugs.
In hindsight, could have just blinked straight ahead where the direction he was going, just TP out probably.
Yeah, maybe, or turn the corner and blinked back to the right into this large clump of trees maybe, but that's a big loss there for Mama's Boys.
And as a result, Tiny is forced to buy back. Fear will pop the Rage. Will take very little damage as a result. Free tier 3. Doom will be back, but ult is on cooldown for 66 seconds. Was that another? Okay, I thought that was a Zeus ult. Never mind, I heard hearing things. TZ now has a Reaver. Good luck killing that guy. What do they have to cancel Linken's before Doom can use his ult? Only Force. Does Toss work against Linken's?
It does, yeah. You can toss somebody. He was doing it earlier. Linken's doesn't do anything against Toss. Unless you toss maybe onto... Like, if you toss somebody onto the Linken's target, then I think it might break Linken's.
Okay. Another Zeus ult. And they catch the smoke. Ping it out. There's a DD available, so... I'm surprised Pycat's not going for that. They've already been scouted out. Huh, interesting. Actually don't understand. They're just using this to ward. They're not looking to fight, perhaps.
The Reaver on the Weaver sounds fun.
Yeah, is ridiculous. Is his right clicks messed up for you? They look super weird.
They look fine. It's got Deso, is that what you meant?
No, I've seen this before. The Deso effect has gotten lessened. I don't know if it was just on that creep or not. We'll see in a second. Okay, it's normal now. Never mind. Reborn bugs, guys, or eyes. I don't know. Again, ancient black goofy dragon. At it again. How much damage is this? 85 damage a second for 10 seconds. Come on, man.
And that's permanently up too.
It's a macro fire.
Yeah, it's actually like a macro fire. The level 1 macro fire on a 10-second cooldown that he can cast 5 times.
And not to mention the infest. How much damage does that do when he pops at like 400 at level 3 or something?
That's kind of irrelevant.
It's not irrelevant.
I mean, yeah, it's a lot of damage for a team fight, but talking about what the abuse is that when you level 6, you can clear a creep wave up to 5 times before you need to get a new neutral, and you have 2,000 HP. Abusive.
It's good stuff, man.
Like, his net worth is second highest, and he started in the jungle.
I'm surprised this isn't being abused more often, because it seems super effective. It's not like it looks cheesy, but it's pretty consistent.
It's probably because you can just pick a roaming hero like Bounty, and you can limit his experience gain, and then he just sucks.
Well, you don't like first pick Lifestealer though. Huh?
Yeah, but
and more often than not, the supports are picked in the first 3 or 4. Like, almost never will you have a support picked last, so you'll always have the opportunity to get Lifestealer, I think, if the lineup works for it. TZ, gonna clear out these ancient dragon or ancient golems. Where's Fear? Is he still in the dragon? Yep, he's still doing his thing. How does Drow work against Ancients? If the Ancient is close enough with Lifestealer in, does it cancel her ult?
That's a good question. I would guess not, but I have actually no idea.
Oh, well, maybe we'll see.
Dragon?
They do no damage to this thing, honestly. 16 armor on this freaking creep. Are you kidding me? Arteezy with a double damage. Ooh, Moonlight Shadows are just in time. They don't have any vision as of yet. Now a sentry is placed. They're going to find Yapzor. Hookshot. Nope. But here comes Weehaw. Yet again, Universe is the target of choice. He will drop right off the bat. BKB pop for Weehaw. Supernova. Will this one finally go off? Arteezy just going to BKB. Attempt to go for it. It's going to be close. No! Finally gets it off. That's the first of the game, but Arteezy just time-lapses it out. PPD with the Laguna Blade takes out Mirana, and Doom goes down, and this is not looking good for Mama's boys, as they're just dropping like flies. Phoenix is next on the list. Pycat as well. A couple more right clicks will suffice. Doom had to buy back, but what use is he without his ultimate? And finally, a double kill from Sumail. His ultimate is used for offensive for the first time this game, and this looks to be Rax.
Yeah, that fight looked really dangerous there. Stealer probably should have popped out of the Infested. The egg, you kept hitting it with the neutral, but it actually does nothing to the egg. Doesn't affect it in any way. So if you would have popped out earlier, they would have killed the egg. The fight would have been easier.
Arteezy getting silenced up.
He doesn't even care, man. I mean, his HP is so high now.
Yeah. Now the Centaur creep is coming to. So dumb. Even the Centaur creep is scary. 38 minutes in the game because of the Radiance. Hookshot will miss. Universe has the Aghanim Scepter though, so he's not too worried about that. And this is going to be 2 racks in all likelihood.
And that's a pretty big advantage for EG. Mama's boys have a pretty good laning stage, but this is basically the Lifestealer show all game. And they made PPD really weak, but that's what happens when you're playing Alina versus a Tiny.
Yeah, Weehaw coming with another nice combo. Veil of Discord is used.
Damage.
And Weehaw almost dies just to the couple right clicks. Universe misses another hookshot, very uncharacteristic from him. Weehaw lives with about 100 HP, but again, this is going to be Mega Creeps going the way of EG. Air will not connect, and bye-bye Creeps. Bye-bye Mama Boys in game number 1. EG will take this, unless they throw horribly, which I highly doubt is going to be the case. And GG is called.
Yeah, it's just not a good game for a Drow Ranger. That was basically it. The time, like Weehaw played amazing. I think he carried them pretty heavily this game, and I think Bottom played really well also. But maybe we didn't see enough Dooms in the early game. They just didn't have very good gank heroes. Really, it was basically the only ganks they had was like Tiny, right? And they can maybe Doom somebody in a team fight. Just EG could do whatever they want. They pushed all the lanes constantly due to the Black Dragon, and that created a lot of pressure that prevented Mama's Boys, from going around ganking.
So that is game 1 of this best of 3 for the first group stage match between these two teams, Evil Geniuses and Mama's Boys. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back to casually talk, apparently. That's what producer wants, and anything for our producer.